Another broadcast. Hope all is well in the YouTube stratosphere. Hope everyone's doing good here on a Tuesday. Just going live. I was supposed to go live last night, but Major League Baseball had its home run derby, so in the best interest of baseball, I decided not to. Hi, Ginger Locks. How are you? Good to see you, Ginger Locks. Hello, Mrs. McJagger. Good to see you. Hope the broadcast is good. I'm going live from my mobile using Streamlabs. I'm using Streamlabs on the mobile. Hopefully it's good. SJ Thomas, hello. Thank you for joining. Guys, please invite your followers. Hi, Margie. Send it out onto Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you can. Greatly appreciate that, guys. Hi, Caitlin. How are you? Good to see you, Melissa. Everything is good. Everything's good. I need help with Streamlabs. I can help you with it, no problem. Send me an email. Hello, Brenda. Good to see you. So yeah, I'm using Streamlabs on the mobile right now. So I'm on the mobile using Streamlabs on the go. So guys, if you need help with that, just send me a message, and we'll chit chat. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Caitlin. Hello, Michelle Vogel. Dory, good to see you. Thank you for joining. So, guys, let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein and his court date yesterday, the unsealing of the indictment. We're looking at July 15th. July 15th, which is next Monday. Kia ora, good to see you, Michelle. Welcome in from New Zealand. So we're looking at July 15th, which is Monday. There's going to be a bail hearing. And if the federal judge gives him bail, it's going to be a very high bail with probably a ankle monitor, like a monitoring device, and house arrest. He's not going to be able to leave a certain location. That is if they even do that. I hope they don't give him any bail. He doesn't deserve it. Give me a spike bat in 5 minutes. There you go, Ginger Locks. I'm with you on that. Do you have the radio on? I do. I'm sorry. I had it on in the background because I wanted you guys to hear the live report from New York if they do it. Hi, Chris22. Good to see you. So let me just create a community post. Hello, Christopher West. Good to see you. What's Acosta's role in this whole deal? I went over it in my last video, but Christopher, I will explain it to you because you're a friend. He needs to sit in a cell and just think. There you go, Denise. Good to see you, Denise. Let me create this post and then I'll answer Chris's question. Hold on. Come join me as we speak about... Okay, so I just shared it. So I hope not either, Dory, but there's two possible case scenarios on the bail hearing. There's a possibility that the judge grants him bail, but it's going to be very high with an ankle bracelet type device, tracking device. He'll be probably confined to his residence and not be able to leave. Good to see you, Sonia, Paper Angel, ASMR, Wooly Woolworth. Thank you so much. They don't, in federal prison, they allow you to come in escorted by federal guards, federal jailers, bring them in unhandcuffed. There's nothing special about that. That all federal prisoners are able to go before the court and not in handcuffs. That's how they do it. Hi, Blue Green. Good to see you. So Acosta's role in this was that he was the federal prosecutor in the Southern District down in Florida that handled the case in 2007. But he didn't make the plea deal himself. That plea deal was approved by much higher up than Acosta. So his role in this whole situation was kind of limited. He actually was in charge of giving that plea deal, but he was not authorized to authorize that plea deal. It had to come from somebody higher up. And whoever it came from, we will get to the bottom of it. That'll come out. But it wasn't Acosta that said, hey, I want this deal approved. I want him to get 13 months in prison, charged on the state level. There was a whole bunch of nonsense going on there between a bunch of politicians and a bunch of government officials, you know, right down into the court system between the feds and local. Don't forget, the feds always take precedence over state and local. So this was a whole concocted, I don't even know the best words to use for this, but it was a cluster of a lot of wrongdoing that came down on this. There's no way in my mind as a law enforcement professional that this guy should have walked away from those charges back in the early 2000s. That 13-month sentence with 6 days of 12 hours a day being able to go out and do whatever he wanted to do with a private driver to come pick him up and take him wherever he wanted, that was a travesty of justice. I believe he is being attacked because of his current position in the Trump administration. It's a better way to put it. He is now the Secretary of Labor. He's the Secretary of Labor, and he's a Trump appointee. He's part of the Trump administration. And I heard on a news conference, that's why I had the radio on, that President Trump said that they're going to take a very strong look into what he was not married. He was never married. Jeffrey Epstein has never been married. He's 66 years old. He's a pedophile. He's a narcissist. He's a creep. He is a child. He preys on children. And he's a disgusting human being. He's a disgusting human being. Hello, Edwin Vasquez. Good to see you from Philadelphia. Welcome in, Mel, Winky Whispers. Thank you for joining. Good to see everybody. Let me just invite onto Twitter. Let me just post this onto Twitter. Stand by while I do that. So, Life of MC, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So, guys, I just want to say, you know, this situation with Jeffrey Epstein reeks of corruption. I'm not defending anybody who's involved in this. Whoever, from the top all the way to the bottom, whoever allowed this to go on, and the lower men on the totem pole, the lower men and women on the totem pole, they really don't have a lot of say in this. They're basically just following the orders that were given down. You know, if a top prosecutor or somebody from the White House, and during this deal, it was George Bush Jr. who was the president. So let's hear the top of the hour. Hold on.
Here's what's happening. President Trump distances himself from an old friend, accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my God.
For Queens District Attorney, but some ballots are still being disputed. A federal appeals court says the president may not block critics from.
Okay, so again, lock his buddy up for life with him. Okay, that's easier said than done. I agree with you on that, but it just doesn't happen. Hello, D90, good to see you. Thank you for sharing onto Twitter. So let me share it myself because I just got a phone call. So let me share it onto Twitter. Stand by 1 more second, guys. Two seconds. Hello, Adicor. Good to see you. Give me a baseball bat in 5 minutes. I understand. So, hope everyone's doing good. I'm glad that everybody joined. I usually don't go live during the middle of the day, but I got about an hour to kill, so I wanted to come live and talk about this, the updates on this. So what we have here is a classic example of travesty of justice. We have victims, many victims, 14 years old, as young as 14 years old, and you have political and politicians and higher ups that made the choice to say, hey, let's sweep this under the rug. So let's sweep this under the rug, which is not right in so many different ways. It's disgusting. Salam, my Muslim brothers from the Saudi Arabia, Randy Horton and friends. Hello, Mahid, Alfro, good to see you. Thank you for joining. So this is just a travesty of justice all around. And my primary thoughts and concerns are with the victims, these young girls who were abused by this sick, demented child molester. I mean, he's a child molester. He's a pedophile, child molester, whatever you want to call him. He's the lowest form of life in my book. In my eyes, this is the lowest form of life. This Jeffrey Epstein is a low-life scum. This guy deserves to be, for the next 45, 50 years, which would be the rest of his life, he needs to get the book thrown at him. And I hope that some more charges come from his search warrants that were conducted at his home on Saturday. There were search warrants conducted at his residence in Manhattan, and there was all pictures of young girls in a vault, in like a big safe, a wall safe. It was not just a little safe that you go pick up at Home Depot. This guy's a billionaire. He had a walk-in vault that you would see at a bank, and there was pictures upon pictures upon pictures of young girls. That is now in 2019. He still has pictures of young girls naked and in provocative positions. This guy is a demented, sick psychopath. He is a sexual predator times 10. This guy does not deserve. If he gets bailed out, I am going to be so angry. And we all, as Americans and as citizens of the world, should be really angry if he gets bail. I mean, I would go and protest out at the federal courthouse if I had the ability to go there and do it. I would go and protest this. That's how strongly I feel about that. So if he gets bail on Monday, I am going to be live and talking about it. I'm going to be live and talking about it as it happens. And I am hoping and praying that he does not give him bail, because this guy does not deserve to be out with all the horrendous, heinous things that he's done.
Presidential advisor Kellyanne Conway spoke to reporters outside the White House.
The Supreme Court didn't issue a legal impediment decision. In fact, if anything, Chief Justice John Roberts said he left the door open, and this president plans to barrel through it.
All right, so basically, President Trump's involvement in this is zero. The only thing that he has on him is that Acosta was put into the position in his cabinet for the labor secretary on Trump's cabinet. He's part of the Trump team. This is what I feel is that President Trump is going to let him go. He's going to have to let him go, because the pressure is going to come down on him, and he's going to have to let him go. So I think Acosta is just he didn't. I don't think that he intentionally said, "Oh, I want to let this guy go. I want to give him a slap on the wrist." I think he was a pawn in the game. Acosta was just a piece of the puzzle that, you see, I could say this with extreme certainty. In the police department, in law enforcement, there is a pecking order. It goes from the top, from the police commissioner, all the way down to the cops. So cops are a lot of times ordered to do things that maybe necessarily that they wouldn't feel would be right, but because they're getting ordered to by the big bosses, they do it. Now, I'm not talking about criminal stuff. This is a case where they concocted up a justification that he didn't just get away with it. He got a slap on the wrist. He got a slap on the wrist because he was tried on his case locally by the state of Florida, by Palm Beach County. The Palm County tried him because the feds told them to do it. So they didn't just say, "Oh, I want to just try him on the state level." It was an order that came down that no, the feds are not going to prosecute him, and we're going to hand it over to you, and you guys take care of it. So that's how it went down. Thank you for posting those links, Winky Whispers. Thank you so much for that. So, you know, I think that for us as civilians, Christopher, is for us to say Acosta should have spoken up. You know, in positions that you're in, you sometimes, like, if you're at a job and your boss tells you to do something, the guy that signs your paycheck tells you to do something, as long as it's not criminal where you're committing a crime. Now, remember, these people, a lot of them, they don't have the inner workings of what was going on. They know that they have a case, they know they have a high profile case, and then they know that they're getting instructions on what to do. Good to see you, Sharon. Thank you for coming in. So I'm just trying to let you guys know that it's not like they go out and say, oh, this is my friend. There's no way that, you know, because even though he was having sex with underage girls, you know, we can't try him. He got charged. He was registered as a sex offender. He did 13 months, but those 13 months were a light 13 months. He was registered as a sex offender. He was given the sentence that was imposed on him by the state. I don't think it was a maximum sentence, but he definitely got away with a slap on the wrist, and there's no questioning that. There's no questioning that. It's disgusting what happened. So let me scroll back because I know. All right, guys, I don't know what happened. My phone overheated again. I'm having that issue of the phone overheating, and I think it's because I have a case on the phone. I have a case on the phone that has a metal object, and I think that the metal's what's going on. But so, anyways, I really think that this whole thing was handled horribly. I got to keep my air conditioning blowing on the phone because the phone is overheating. I don't know why that's happening, but it's been happening. Yeah, this is the second time. I think it's the case, Winky. I think it's the case that I have. The case that I have has a outside metal thing, and I'm using it like a magnet mount. So I got to try to change the case. I got to try to change the case. So, anyways, be that as it may, I feel strongly now that I got, again, a second time around, which it shouldn't have been a second time around. The feds are now going to give him the full extent of the law, which should have happened the first time, but now he's up here up in the Northeast. He's got the Southern District of New York, which is the highest conviction rate. It's the cream of the crop when it comes to the feds. The Southern District in New York and Manhattan, they don't mess around. So I feel that he will get the 44 years, 45 years max. I don't think he'll ever see the time of day. I don't think he'll see the street ever again. I don't think he'll ever see the street again. So that's the good part. So it's unfortunate for the victims that they're in their 30s and now they have to, you know, some of them in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s actually. Now they have to go through this, see this again, but they're happy that this guy has now been put in jail. So thank you for putting up those links. There's my links for my merch, my Streamlabs merch. Hello, John. Good to see you. There's a lot of things that are being put up, a lot of links being put up. I greatly appreciate that. Again, what I'm looking for, Andrea, good to see you. What I'm looking for, guys, is that he has no bail on Monday. That's what I'm looking for. I want no bail. There's my Amazon. Guys, Amazon Prime is going to be July 15th and 16th. If you shop on those Amazon Prime days, use my influencer link right there, and you can support the channel without having to take money out of your pocket. So if you shop for your family on the Amazon Prime days, use Duty Ron's affiliate link. And if you use that link, you can support the channel without going into your pocket. So That's what I'm hoping for, that there's no bail on the 15th, that he's not granted bail, and that he's remanded until his trial commences. And that's what the prosecution is asking for. They're asking for no bail until the trial commences. And I think that is what should be done. And I feel that's what will be done. I don't think that any judge or anybody would feel comfortable about giving this guy bail. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that he will not get bail. Amazon UK, yes. I'm registered in the UK, Japan, and all over the world. So, anybody else having an issue with the buffering? Anybody else? Do we still have buffering issues? Me too, Winky. I pray for justice to be served, and I think it will be. I really do think it will be. I think it will be. Thank you for those links, Sonia. Thank you so much for that. Okay, great. So some people might be buffering, some people might not be buffering. I'm looking at the, let me look at the settings here. Okay, I slowed everything down. I slowed the frame and the bit rate down. That might help the broadcast. So let's see if it buffers a little bit and changes. Give it a second. I slowed everything down a little bit. It might make it better. Hi, Katina. How are you? I think this should make it a little bit better. Good to see you, Katina. It's good? All right, good. Thank you, Dr. D. Thank you, Dr. D. All right, so I slowed up everything. That's what's great about the Streamlabs, is that you could slow everything up when the resources get a little strained. So Jeffrey Epstein is a child predator. He is a sexual predator. He is a no good human being. He deserves to be behind bars and never see the light of day. If you're having problems, definitely refresh it, or just go in and come back, go out and come back in, and you should be good. He's evil. He is evil. The more you read about him, the more you hate him. The guy is, listen, he went as far as recruiting the girls, the young girls who were giving him massages and sexual favors. He was telling them, if you bring me more girls like you or your friends, that he was giving them bonuses, giving them more money. And he was preying on people who were poverty stricken, who are not, from this country. He was getting girls from outside the country, and he was getting girls from within the country. And he was looking for any kind of person who he can victimize that had no way the lessened chance of coming at him, because he was flashing money to people and he was enticing them with money, and he thought that would just be fine. And this guy is just a sick human being. He slipped through the cracks and he got away with this for so long. And he got away with it because he had so many political connections, and so many people turned their blind eye to it. And shame on those people who did that. Those people who turned a blind eye to it and that failed to say something when they saw something, they have to live with that for the rest of their lives. And I don't know about you guys, but if I saw something like that and I just let it go, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. If I saw somebody abusing a child, you wouldn't even be able to hold me back. I would wind up going to jail myself, because I would pummel the guy to the point where he would, have to be hospitalized. So I would wind up myself going to jail if I saw that. How could somebody with a good conscious mind, the people who work for him that were paying these girls, how could they go to sleep at night? There was that one woman that was like his little recruiter. I forgot her name. But there's a woman who no longer works, obviously, for him, who was paying and recruiting these girls. And she was an employee of his. How could she sleep at night knowing that? And she was there and paying these girls. 66 and never married. That's suspicious. Yeah, it sure is, Cheryl. Hello, Angel. Good to see you. Let me scroll back. Hi, Kelly K. Erin Leahy is here. Hello, Erin. Good to see you. Sonia, thank you so much for being here. Winky Whispers. Willie Woodworth, good to see you. I don't understand why not put him in jail for good. He's going to be going to jail for good. He will be in jail for good. He will be. Jules, it's just that I'm just a good human being. You know, I have morals. I have respect for humans. You know, anybody that preys on children in a sexual way or in any way, a child abuse, being it physical harm or mental or emotional, you know, any of that stuff with elderly, young, and mentally incapacitated or somebody who is wheelchair bound and you're abusing that person, I have no patience for that. And nor should any of us have patience for that. And I'm sorry I have the air up really loud. It's probably making a loud noise, but I have to have it on high so the phone doesn't overheat. So I apologize for the noise, guys. So this guy, I'm hoping never sees the light of day again. Thank you, Kelly K. I appreciate that. Chicken Little says, oh, she's talking to Mick Jagger. So, the guy was a teacher. He was a teacher for a college and a high school. And there's a lot of moving parts where he's intertwined with higher-ups. I think the owner of Victoria's Secret, one of the CEOs of Victoria's Secret, and some of the other, Mr. McBaum, thank you so much for that. He's intertwined with a lot of big people, a lot of wealthy people, a lot of political people, and a lot of shit's going to hit the fan on this one, guys. It's going to hit the fan. So there's going to be a lot more people that he is going to speak about, because he's going to speak. He's going to give people up in the hopes that he gets some type of leniency, and I hope that they don't give him any leniency at all. Thank you, Brenda Kress. Appreciate that. I'm for castration on the top sentence. Thank you, John. He definitely preys on the weak. Yes, Denise, 100%. So, guys, if you're new and you're just joining my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Go check out dutyron.com where you can subscribe to all of my social media. But if you're looking for me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, it's Dutyron, just like here on YouTube. And Periscope, that's a Twitter live application. Same handle on there, Dutyron, D-U-T-Y-R-O-N. So, okay, hurry up, Sonia, because I get very lonely when you're not here. So, Paper Angel ASMR, hurry up back. Please, hurry. I only have another 5 minutes here. Please. So, thank you for the link. Thank you for that link. Guys and girls, again, a special thank you to all my Patreon supporters. I have about 14 or 15 Patreon supporters that every month support my channel. You guys I have special love for. I have time that I put aside to communicate with all my Patreon people. You guys know who you are. I love and respect you guys. It's 100% voluntary. It's not necessary. And I have Patreon people who drop off and come back on because things change for finances, and I 100% get that. Anybody that does subscribe to my Patreon, they know that they're not obligated to continue on with it. If after 2 or 3 months, or even after a month, you realize that you can't afford it, you just drop off, and there's no pressure, there's no retribution. I love and respect everybody, and anybody that gives a super chat, I always try to send a thank you note to you guys. So much love to everybody and anyone who does support my channel. Going live on YouTube and on all social media takes out time from everybody's day. I take a lot of time and put a lot of effort into going live. So it is always appreciated. So thank you so much. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't make it to trial, and the witnesses should be protected. I believe that, Katina. That's true. Bill Clinton definitely was good friends with this guy. I don't know how close of friends he was, but he's tied into the Clintons. He was friends with Trump when Trump was not a political. He was not in the political arena. But you know, all of the wealthy do rub elbows with each other. You know, it doesn't mean that everybody knew what he was up to. You know, there's a lot of things. I spoke about this in one of my lives. Is, you know, sometimes we know people from work or from our neighborhoods or our neighbors, and then you hear about them getting arrested for bad stuff, and then you go, oh my God, I didn't know that he or she was doing that. You know, that's the similar case here. Not just because the Clintons and just because people were around him doesn't mean that they knew what he was doing behind closed doors. The people who were working for him, that woman that was paying these girls, she damn well sure knew what he was doing. His executive staff and the people on his staff, I can't say that. How would they not know what he was doing? So shame on those people and anybody that was really close with him. So yeah, guys, if you don't mind, please give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. Open eyes peeps, thank you so much for that. Knowing and being friends are different. Exactly, Adina, exactly. Thank you for that. And I'm not in any way defending anybody, guys. I'm not defending anybody, but I always like to keep in my lane. I like to keep it real. I'm not going to sit here and yell and scream and say, everybody's got to go. Everybody's guilty. Everybody. No, no. Anybody that's found to be guilty through evidence should go and get charged and get tried and brought to justice. If we don't have substantial evidence, you can't go around locking up the world just because we're angry. And we're all angry. We're all angry. Look at all of these young victims that he victimized in the early 2000s who are now adults. These people, these young ladies, these women have to live the rest of their lives with what this guy manipulated them into. And he manipulated them with money, with currency, because they were probably in not a great place at the time and they were enticed by money. This guy preyed on young kids, 14 years old. 14 years old, that's sickening. That is sickening. Ah. You know, it just makes my blood boil. You know, I can't even look. When I see this guy's picture, I want to throw up. And that's not also to mention what I want to do to him if I had him in front of me. But we can't operate like that because that makes us just as bad as him. We don't like to condone violence. I want to see this guy in jail. He'll get his justice. The prison system is not kind to child molesters. The prison system is not kind to child molesters, and I can tell you that 1,000,000%, hands down, because I used to go in and out of the prison system for a job. My job was to bring people from out of state back here to New York. I was in and out of prisons all over the United States. And the general consensus with all the inmates that I spoke with for hours on end, I used to spend hours traveling with inmates. And you know what they would, I would talk to them. I would say, hey, what do you guys do to child molesters? They would go, oh, we screw them up. We F them up. We do this. I knife them. We do this. We do that. They do not like child molesters. They don't like rapists. They don't like, you know, serial killer. These guys don't fare well. Even if he wasn't in general population, even under, you know, in protective custody, there's times when there's vulnerable times. And he'll get his. Trust me, guys. Top cop, you know the deal. But I know it personally. I could tell you this unequivocally. I have spoken to countless inmates, hardened criminals, I used to pick guys up that did 20 years or 10 years in prison, 15 years. And they would come out and say, this is how it is in the joint. This is how it is inside. There's jailhouse justice. That does exist. Adina, I agree that people who stood by and did nothing should be reprimanded. They should be reprimanded. They should be fired or removed from their jobs. If your job is to uphold the law and you're in the federal government's Justice Department and you are charged with prosecuting criminals and you knowingly let someone go, and you should be fired. You should be removed from your job. You should be arrested. Karma's definitely going to hit them hard. Karma's going to hit them hard. Let me invite on to, hello Trevor, good to see you, Trev. Let me invite on to Instagram. Let me invite to Instagram and Facebook. I forgot to do that. So give me 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. This is going to take me a few minutes, like maybe 2 minutes. Give me a second. So I'm going to take a quick Q&A for 5 minutes. I'm going to take a Q&A. I don't have slow mode on, so the chat's going really fast. I apologize to anybody that I missed. It was not intentional. If I missed you in the chat, again, I apologize. Hold on a second. $40 in the chat, 68 in the chat, and only 40 thumbs up. It happens. Everybody's listening to what's going on. I hope they spit in his food. I hope it's a little bit more than spit. Listen, what happened to Karina Vetrano's murderer who ultimately got convicted, right? What happened to him? Remember what he was complaining about? That the Rikers Island inmates that served him food were ejaculating in his food. Do you guys remember me talking about that? This is an inmate that was in jail for almost 2 years because he was not granted bail. He killed Karina Vetrano in Queens, over here in my area. She was jogging in a park, and he killed her, and he was in jail for 2 years. And he complained to the prison guards that the inmates, in addition to beating him up, were ejaculating in his food. He saw them do it, and that's a part of prison life. Those are disgusting things that we would never think is possible. But that's what they do. They defecate. They urinate. They do a lot of funky things to bad people's food. So, you know, I spoke about that. I spoke about that openly because I wanted to get the point across to everybody is that when somebody's in jail, like when Chris Watts is in jail right now, Chris Watts in jail is not a guy that everybody likes. The inmates are not getting around Chris Watts and saying, hey, you're a good dude, man. You killed your wife, your unborn son, and your 2 daughters. Hey, come and hang out with us. We like you. That shit does not go on. They hate him. They want to kill him. There's guys on the pod that are conjuring up ways to get to him. So Chris Watts and all of these psychotic killers are not having a good time in jail. And no matter what people are telling you or what you think, they're not having a good time. Every day is a struggle. When you're in jail, every day is a struggle. There is not double jeopardy in New York. Florida, no. This isn't about double jeopardy, guys. He was tried on the Florida state. The state of Florida gave him his sentence. But it was just about 2 weeks ago, or I mean, not 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, a federal judge deemed that that was unlawful to do what they did. And that opened the floodgates for these new charges to be reinstated on him federally. So if you read the articles and you look into the case, it was because of a federal judge's ruling why this case was redone up in New York. And I'm happy that it's being prosecuted up here in New York. So, getting back to what I'm saying, inmates do not get an easy pass while in jail. If you wipe out your family or abuse young children and sexually assault 14-year-old girls, even the inmates have a code. And their code is, you don't do that. You don't do that stuff. And when you come into their world, now you're in their world. And this guy is not going to fare well in the federal lockup. He's not going to fare well there. Trust me on that, guys. All right, I'm done inviting on Instagram. This was exhausting what I just did. If somebody could tell me an easy way to invite on Instagram without me having to tap every single person that follows me, if you could tell me an easy way to invite on Instagram, please send me an email at dutyron@aol.com, because my thumb is killing me. Thank you, Shanna Banana, for the super chat. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for all you do, Duty Ron, says Shanna Banana. I love that screen name. Shanna Banana, Bonana, Banipa, Bobana, Shanna. That is a horrible rendition of me singing. I'm a cop. I'm not a singer. I'm a detective. I'm not a singer. So yeah. You got off your phone and went onto the tablet. Good to see you. Cheryl, good to see you on the tablet. Thank you for inviting the troops. Joey Brooklyn, good to see you. Linda S., do the guards ever allow it to happen? Yes, they do. They do. Yes. And I'm not just saying yes to say yes. I'm telling you, I know I have friends who are guards. I made friends with all different state, federal, and local. I know corrections officers that turn a blind eye and let jailhouse justice. I mean, they can't let someone right in front of them kill somebody, but they can let a fight go. Send me an email, Just Believe. Don't send that in the chat. Send me an email, dutyron@aol.com. My links are all up here. I'll answer that privately. That's not for public discussion. Andrea, good to see you. I hope all is well with you. Hello, Nabul. Good to see you. Guys, follow Joey Brooklyn. Follow Nabul. Follow Paper Angel ASMR. Follow Winky Whispers. Follow Aaron Leahy. Subscribe to all of these people. Go and subscribe to their YouTube channel. Paper Angel ASMR. Joey Brooklyn. Nabul. Trevor JP. Joshua H. All of my good friends. Life of MC. She is a wonderful young woman from the Philippines. I recommend you go check out her channel, Life of MC. She can shoot a hell of a gun. She's firearms of proficiency is unbelievable. Katina is a great friend of mine, Patreon supporter, just an overall great human being. Katina, thank you for all you do and for your friendship. Appreciate that so much. So Jeffrey Epstein, scum of the earth, low-life animal, is going to go and is going to get the 45 plus years, which will take him for the rest of his life in prison. I, myself, I look at some of my friends and family who have died horrendous deaths from cancer. This is the kind of guy, and God forgive me for this, but this is the kind of guy who I wish something bad like that onto. And I don't wish that many times on people in my life. But this is one guy who deserves a slow, painful death because of the pain that he is inflicted on young, poor, young girls, young little kids. These are kids. These are like babies. 14-year-old girl. I don't have a daughter, but I have nieces. And these little innocent girls, you know, this is, I don't curse much, but this fucking gets me so angry. I don't know what I would do if this guy was in front of me. So forgive me, guys, for wishing a painful death onto somebody like this, because it's not right to wish that on anybody. But I got to tell you, man, this is a guy who deserves the worst. I do think he'll implicate others to strike a deal, but I don't think he'll get a good deal. He's not going to be getting out. He's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. And if he isn't, I don't know. I will lose my mind. There you go, Ginger Locks. I'm with you. So let me take some questions. Let's light up the chat now. I will take questions in regards to Jeffrey Epstein. I will not take questions in regards to anything else. Questions in regards to the topic. If you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe to my channel, Duty Ron. Hit the notification bell and follow me on all social media, please. I hope he's not placed in solitary confinement. I hope not either. This guy is the worst than dirt, says Open Your Eyes. Trevor JP says something that I can't say here. Love and respect, Ron, from Meek Van Beek. I have 3 daughters. Can't live without them. He will die in prison. I can guarantee there's younger victims than that. I'm sure. I hope that that's not true, but it wouldn't surprise me, Julia. He already had a criminal deal before. He had a deal before. He did 13 months. You got a slap on the wrist. Hey, Camaro Pat, how are you? Good to see you. Anybody have any questions for me in regards to any procedure or anything law enforcement related? Thank you. Thank you, Just Believe. Thank you to all who have given Super Chat. If I missed it, on my mobile Streamlabs, the Super Chat is kind of funky. I don't see it. So I had to see it on my secondary device. There you go, little Miss Boots. That's funny. Ejaculating is food. That's called jailhouse condiments. I love it. I got to follow you just because of that statement if I'm not following you already. Gingerlock's mom says, hold on, let me see if I'm following little Miss Boots. Nope, I'm following now. That earned the follow, by the way. That was funny as hell. It's okay to vent. We are all mad at this. Say thank you, John. Gingerlocks, do the Epsteins own a network? No, they don't. Amazing. Something so vast could happen with nothing said. How does that happen? Aaron, well, I'm on the same page as you. I can't fathom it. I don't understand it. Open Your Eyes is laughing. The dirt of his life all the way from childhood is coming out. There you go, Joey. There you go. Guys, everyone, please subscribe to Joey Brooklyn. He's right there in the chat. There's my Snapchat. Duty Ron. Snapchat's Duty Ron 52. Winky is the best mod ever. Her and Black Rose and all of my people in here. Trevor is a great security mod. Joey's my security director. Nabul's a great mod as well. You guys are all fantastic. Thank you for that, Winky. Thank you so much. All my links are right there on my website, dutyron.com. D90, thanks for being in the building. Shanna Banana says, Winky, I want to start a channel just so you can be my moderator. That's a good one, Shanna. I like it. I like it. Yeah, Jeanette, unbelievable, right? There's so much to this investigation. So much. With them doing the search warrants at his house, that really has opened the floodgates to some extra charges. We're going to hear the indictments are going to be updated. The charges added on his charges are going to be upgraded. So the feds, they word it differently, but this indictment is not just those 2 charges. It's going to be there will be two or three more extra charges added on before this is all said and done. Hi, Yvette. How are you? Yep, he was allowed to be out and about doing his things 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. So horrendous. It was a travesty of justice. You know, some of us have known and been following this Epstein story for years, along with others. Yeah, I actually knew of this case. I did. Hi, Jonna. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So for those of you who are just arriving in on the chat, we're talking about Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire hedge fund manager who was arrested this Saturday at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey by the NYPD Sex Crime Major Case Squad and the FBI. He is now behind bars in federal lockup, charged with indicted on 2 counts of trafficking, sex trafficking, and crimes against children. This guy is looking at 45 years in federal lockup with those 2 charges if convicted, and I think he will be convicted. There are other charges that will continue to be added on to his rap sheet. So whether he gets commissary money or whatever the case may be, who cares? He's going to be in lockup. He's going to have to look over his shoulder. He's never going to have a comfortable night's sleep. And that's what's good about it. He is never going to have a comfortable night's sleep. So that's the good news. Is Paper Angel ASMR back? No parole. He won't get parole. He's going to do the rest of his years. He's 66 years old. If he gets 45 years and he's 66 now, let's do the math. It's over his natural, it's over his years. He'll be in his hundreds, okay? So he's not getting out. There'll be no parole. Hello from Yorkshire. Good to see you, Francis Hansen. He's done. It's a wrap. Do you think he'll pay for protection? He's not getting any protection. That doesn't work in a federal lockup. In federal jail, you cannot pay for things. He's not on the outside world anymore. He's no longer a billionaire. He's prison inmate number such and such and such. He's got an inmate number, and that's it. I'm doing good, Lewis. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I didn't hear anything, Cheryl, about that. He definitely is toast. Really? I didn't read that. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I trust that you did read that. I didn't hear anything about that. He is a commoner now. Exactly. He's a commoner. That is correct. That is correct. So guys, as a retired law enforcement professional, as somebody who has been in and out of the correctional centers, federal, state, and local, I know this. He is not, like people say, oh, the feds, you do federal time, it's like a country club. He's not going to be in a country club. Trust me. Given his charges, when he gets convicted of these charges, he is going to have a target, a bullseye on his back. Bubba is definitely going to get a hold of him, Alicia. He's going to have a target on his back. And it's big and red. And it's going to say child predator, child sexual offender. He is going to be so well known that everybody in his facility is going to want a piece of him. Trust me, guys. And I say that with extreme conviction. And I hope that it comes to fruition. I really do. There you go. Could be. Cat lady. Some people say if the Clintons get a hold of him, they might kill him. But they'd have to do that inside a federal lockup. So the Clintons would have to somehow be able to get somebody on the inside to do the job for them. But that's not, I guess that's not out of the question. Erin Lee says, Duty Ron, Question. Okay, I'm looking up, Aaron. Hold on. If I ordered it on Amazon, can I get my Prime benefit through the influencer? Yes. If you, Aaron, send me an email, but I'll explain it to you here. If you click on my influencer link, there's a clickable link in my YouTube and on my website. Go to my dutyron.com website. You click on that link, and then you're prompted to log into your Amazon account. I don't obviously get any of that information. You click on my link, it takes you to the Amazon landing page. You sign in on your account. If you're signed in already, it's already signed in. And then you just shop the way you would normally shop, and a small portion of the shopping proceeds goes to my influencer account. I don't get to see what you order, and I don't get to see who's done it, who's made the orders, but it shows me 5 orders for such and such amount. You know, $2 goes to your influencer account. It's a small percentage, but you don't pay extra for it, and you still get the same deals as Amazon Prime or any deals that Amazon offers. So that's an easy way to support some of your favorite broadcasters that way. So if you want to support me or anybody else that you like to watch, and they're a part of that Amazon influencer program, you click on that link, and then you go direct to the link site, you search for whatever products you want, and you order it, and that's a way for you to support your favorite broadcaster. No soap on a rope for him, says Alicia. There you go. Yeah. I'm going to do more broadcasts about this, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do more broadcasts. I want to order the Patterson book. Yes. I'd love to read that book. If you get the book and read it, give me some snippets on it, if you can. I'm not a big book reader. I don't read books. I should, but I don't. All right, listen, guys, I got to go. I'm going to close it up. Anybody else have any closing questions or statements or anything like that? Yeah, Bill Clinton did some really nasty things. Monica Lewinsky in the Oval Office. I mean, she was just 18 years old, I think. I think she was just 18, you know? And it was terrible, terrible. So, thank you so much, Winky. Thank you to all my moderators, all of my Patreon supporters, all of my friends. You guys are all part of the Duty Ron family. I can't overemphasize how important it is for me to tell you I respect you guys. I respect your time that you spend with me. Time is valuable, and I want to overemphasize to you how much I respect you guys for being in here with me, and how much I thank you for positively interacting with each other. It means a lot to me. It really does, guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say it enough. And if anyone's given Super Chat, send me an email. I'd like to send you a thank you card, one of my police business cards. I will mail it to you at your home. So if you've sent Super Chat and you would like to get something from me, a thank you from me, it's my way of saying thanks. Send me an email and just write on the subject Super Chat, and then I will send you a thank you card right to your house. So much love and respect from my house to yours. I thank you, each and every one of you, for being good friends and being great YouTubers and interacting with our community in a kind and respectful way. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, and it shows me what kind of great people you really are out there. There are so many jagaloons and so much riffraff on social media and YouTube. I want to thank you guys for all being wonderful human beings. So God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for joining my broadcast. I look to see you in my future broadcasts. I won't be live tonight because the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. It's the All-Star Game, so I'm not going to be live tonight. I'm going to watch the All-Star Game. So love and respect to everybody. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Thank you, Life of MC. Thank you. Appreciate that. Follow Joey Brooklyn, Life of MC, Nabul, Trevor JP, and all the great ones out there. If I forgot anybody, Paper Angel ASMR, everybody, follow each other. We're all great. We're all great people in our own minds, and we're all doing good things out here. Talk to you soon, guys.